My name is Andrew Alex. I'm with the law firm of Alex Y Asociados in the Phoenix, Scottsdale metropolitan area. We've been in business now for over 27 years, and we represent a lot of victims of trucking accident. We call them commercial vehicles. That can include 18-wheelers, tractor-trailers, big box vehicles. And the first impression I get every time I represent a victim of a trucking accident is just how much damage these big vehicles do. Many of my clients had been hospitalized for a significant period of time due to closed head injuries, orthopedic injuries, lots of fractures, and soft tissue injuries, spinal injuries. And because they're hospitalized, they're more concerned, of course, about their treatment and getting better, and they don't think too much about their claim. Oftentimes that the injuries that they suffer, they have residuals for life. It affects their enjoyment of life, their quality of life, their ability to earn a living. And there's something else. Individuals who are injured today and have broken bones and fractures and facial injuries and head injuries, oftentimes they don't get better with time. They get worse with time. Instead of enjoying life in their 50s and 60s and 70s, they live it with pain. The second impression I get, and it's really an important one, is it's very important today for individuals who are injured in a commercial vehicle accident to retain an attorney. You have to preserve the evidence. We understand that oftentimes the injuries in a trucking accident are really serious. But a family member can retain us, a loved one can at least get us started. What we have learned is if you're prepared to go to trial, the insurance company doesn't want to go to trial. Those are the cases that they want to settle. The law firm that you hire is extremely important. You always want to make sure that you hire a law firm that has a great deal of experience in tractor-trailer, or what we sometimes call commercial vehicle accidents, that they're experienced in terms of filing lawsuits, doing the discovery that should be done, and prepared to go to trial. If you do that, you're going to be in good hands, and you're going to get a good result, we think. One of the things that we have to be concerned about these days is the fact that trucking companies have what they call a first responder team. They're experts, their own employees, oftentimes respond to the scene of a death or serious accident case within hours. They fly all over the country, and they get there about the same time that the state police or local police are investigating the accident. They are accumulating evidence themselves, and frankly, they're talking to the officers, trying to shape the way the officers' report is made. They go out and they take their own physical evidence, and so the trucking company is preparing their defense within hours, if not minutes, after the accident occurs. To keep the playing field level, it's important that victims of an accident contact a capable attorney. A significant number of accidents are caused by driver fatigue, and the only way you're going to prove driver fatigue is really through the logbooks and the documentation. That information has a tendency to disappear, and if it disappears, frankly, it's gone forever. It can seriously jeopardize our client's case. As soon as this firm is retained, we write a letter to the trucking company informing them that they must preserve the driver's logbooks, fuel receipts, weigh station data, GPS records, and onboard computer printouts. In fact, we request that 21 specific items and information be preserved. It is this information that allows us to put together and reconstruct what the truck driver has been doing for 8 days prior to the accident, because it's been our experience that a significant number of the accidents that occur on the road are due to driver fatigue. Juries respond to victims who are senselessly injured and seriously injured because the driver was over miles and over hours. Our experts reside all over the United States. We hire the very best accident reconstructionists, the very best safety experts, the very best rehabilitation folks out there, economists. We put together a team, every bit as good, if not better, and we think sometimes a lot better than the trucking accidents have. What does all this mean? If we can preserve the evidence, meaning that if we're retained early enough, that we can put the trucking company on notice that they have a duty to preserve all the evidence. The evidence that I discussed, the 21 items that we request, and there's a law that requires them to do it once they're requested to do it. If we hire the very best experts out there, we can reconstruct the accident, we know why the accident occurred, and we can present a very powerful case. I can tell you from personal experience that I think we've done best for our clients when we've been retained early on in the process, shortly after the accident. If we're retained 6 months after the accident, we're always trying to get caught up. We're kind of like behind the curve.